What is up, every people? We got music, we got there we are. Lost myself for a minute there. Welcome all. Thank you for being here at our Mad Poet show. I am the Mad Poet, you are an audience. We got Tom, we got Obscure Mysticism Coats. I'm sure we got some other people out there as well. Thank you very much for coming in and observing what we do here in the Mad Poet Society. We are having a good time already. At least I'm having a good time. I hope that you are too. Today we are playing my 29th album. This is called Cyclops. And the title of the album and the title of this next song were inspired by my nephew, Josh, who may be watching out there. Josh, I hope you are watching and having a good time. So he was talking about my music, and he said that I should have a song called Drink the Fire. And he also said that I should have an album cover that has a Cyclops with a top hat and a monocle. Turns out my digital art skills are not good enough to draw a Cyclops with a top hat and a monocle. So on my album cover, which is definitely one of my favorites, just a big old eyeball and a top hat. One of 3 album covers that have a top hat on it. Wango Tango time is here. Hey, how you doing? And Tom is buffering. That is incredibly not cool. The buffering should not be happening. I apologize on behalf of the internet for sucking, because the internet sucks. That's part of the game we play, is it not? So as I said, I'm not sure if Josh is out there tonight, but this next song is going out to him. And this is kind of a fun one to play around with. I go back and forth between using no pick and with pick, plectra and non-plectra playing. I really enjoy fingerstyle playing. I do a lot of classical guitar. I actually did a classical concert at Tom's house once. That was a very fun show. Back when I used to do house concerts on a regular basis, when there were people within driving distance of me. Now there aren't, and I love that. Well, I mean, the people in my little town, but my town is little. Renee, howdy, digging the bow tie, thank you. I felt like it was time for some suspenders on the show. Getting classy, looking like an ice cream vendor, or should be operating a soda jerk or something. I like it. I think it works well with my fancy haircut. So there is that. I did this next song, Drink the Fire. It's not a hard song to play, but there's a couple riffs that kind of take me by surprise. And I definitely struggled in a few spots on the early show today. So we'll see how things work out as I roll through it here. So Josh, I hope you're out there. This is going out for you. This is Drink the Fire. That is a very, very fun song to play. Very enjoyable. Did better job on this one than I did in the earlier show. I am very actually tired on both of my shows today. I'm very tired right now. We've been out hunting all week, unsuccessfully. Empty Labs is here. Mike, welcome. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Good to see you. I was actually talking with Michael just the other night. And tell him about, we hunt mule deer. And if you ever want to observe just one of the absolute dumbest animals in existence, just go observe mule deer. They are just stupid. They are so dumb. We were driving out, coming back home, and there's a deer on the side of the road. We named it Lois. So I'm slowing down. You know, I don't want to injure this deer. You know, it's not what we're out there for. May see my rock. Oh, no sound. No. Does anyone else not? I'm showing that I should have sound coming to you. Interesting. It looks like my system is working okay. Interesting. Tom, you know, I don't know why Twitch wouldn't be working. That seems odd. But I hope that Tom works that out. Nonetheless, so we're driving, and Lois is over there on the side of the road. We're trying to not hit her, right? And we successfully don't hit her. But just as we drive by, she just runs and smacks her head right into the side of our truck. It's like, oh, you are so dumb. Don't cross the road when the big thing is there, you dumb deer. They're adorable. We love watching them. Sarah and I will go out there. It's okay that we don't have a legal buck to shoot at. They're just adorable animals, but man, they are stupid. So awesome. Anyway, so that's been our adventure. We've been out in the field like 13 hours a day, plus drive time, and we're both just extremely tired and have nothing to show for our efforts, which is exactly the same as what we got last year and the year before when we started hunting. So we are not the best hunters in the world. I think the best hunter in the world is Cameron Haynes. No relation to Randy Haynes here. He's actually amazing. We are not. But we have a good time. And I was talking about this a little bit on the early show. It's totally worth it. If you have never seen the moon rise over the desert and you get a chance, go do it. It is amazing to watch the moon rise over the desert. It is, it's something that you really have to experience on your own. But we have had some of the most amazing sunrises and sunsets and moonrises that we've ever seen. And it's just beautiful out. We love the desert. We live in Eastern Washington, if anyone is unfamiliar with where we're at. Eastern Washington, middle of nowhere, but man, stuff is brilliant. So, anyway, let's try some music. And this is actually something that we also get a little bit of out here in the desert land, is the sound. We're going to slow it down a little bit. This is the sound of distant thunder. Yeah, good times. I also want to finish the Lois story. So Lois rammed herself into our truck, our little SUV thing, and we have reason to believe that she's fine. There were no traces of blood or anything on the car. She just, there was a little bit of smudge where she wiped the dust off, and we are pretty sure that we saw the same deer the next day. She had 2 fawns with her, and we saw what appeared to be the same doe and 2 fawns walking around, so we're pretty sure she's all right. And then we named 2 deer while we were out there. We also named Claire. Claire was really dumb. We saw her walking there. We're out of this big, huge field. It was about a 1 square mile field. And so I see this deer walking across. We get the binoculars, identify it's a doe. And so she's walking across, and this bird comes down by her, and she just freaks out. And then for the rest of the time that she's walking across that field, just so stupid. She's like jumping, and then she'll stop and look, and then she'll run around, and then jump and stop and run and stop, and just walk across the field, Claire. It's okay. It's just a bird. These things happen. So dumb, but so adorable. They're just absolutely fantastic. I also want to talk about Empty Labs here for a moment, because Empty Labs is the reason I'm doing these shows. He's a student of mine, also a friend, very cool guy. In fact, Empty Labs, please put up some information about where people can listen to your music. He's got an EP out. He's working on a second EP, and his second one is going to be quite different. He's working on some very cool stuff, and definitely worth checking out. He also, when he's able, he hopes to start streaming on Twitch here. So actually, I'm going to try something, because I set up this thing recently where I should be able to give a shout out command. Shout out Empty Labs. See if that works. All right, there you go. So feel free to shoot him a follow on Twitch, and then when he does start streaming, you will be notified. And yeah, Michael, please put up a Bandcamp or anything if you are so inclined. You are certainly welcome to do that here, because he introduced me to Twitch. He had me watch a streamer named Scene of Action. Well, his name is Monty. He goes by Scene of Action, also a Washington resident. And that's where I got the idea to do all the lights and multiple cameras and stuff. Scene of Action is way ahead of where I am. I think he's got like 24 cameras or something like that set up now. Incredible setup, very good music. Scene of Action is also worth checking out. And yeah, there's just, yeah, poor Claire. She's dumb. She is so dumb. But that's par for the course for for mule deer. They are really stupid. All right. Well, we are not, ladies and gentlemen, at the G sharp minor portion of the show, but we're close. We're at the C sharp minor portion of the show. And for those who know, the only difference between G sharp minor and C sharp minor is whether or not the A note is sharped. And in this one, it's not. So we're in C sharp minor. But I might throw an A sharp in here or there just to have a little fun. Because I'm like that. Crazy like that. Crazy with all the music stuff. And yes. Yes, indeed. I am ready for detonation. right. Thank you, Tom, very much for the 25. Greatly appreciated, my friend, as always. And I also just noticed that you had glad you got to YouTube. And family of 5 deer roaming around the neighborhood in Bonnie Lake. Oh, what's that? I guess over in, that'd be probably blacktail over there. Am I right on that? I think it's like whitetail kind of up in the northern part, blacktail over where you are, and mule deer here in the south. I could be completely wrong about that, but they are an awesome animal. Very cool stuff. So, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. We are adding that A sharp into the C sharp minor that we just played. We're sharpening the A in addition to the others. We're going to be playing those G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp as our primary scale. There could be other notes going on. There could be other notes going on. Extreme Metal Videos just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you very much, Extreme Metal Videos, Extreme New Metal Videos. I will have to check you out. Much appreciated. Absolutely. I'm really glad that happened, actually, because I wasn't sure if the YouTube subscription corner was working, and now I know it is. So welcome to the stream. Just so everyone knows, I'm streaming to 11 different channels right now, and I'm able to see the chat for 6 of those channels. So if you are on some of the channels, you could be chatting and I wouldn't be seeing your information, which I apologize for. There is no way for me to correct that. And I was going to say something else in conjunction with that. I don't remember what it was, because I am an airhead. But for those who may be coming in a little late to the game, if you're just coming in for the first time, thank you very much for being here. I am the Mad Poet. Some people know me as Randy Haynes. Either is perfectly acceptable. I'm also just known as a bald guy with a guitar, also acceptable. We are the Mad Poet Society, as decided by Therese, who unfortunately is not apparently here tonight. And we just love doing this. I do these shows every Friday at noon and 8 o'clock in the Pacific time zone, because that's where I'm at. Feel free to adjust for your own time zone if you are in fact so inclined. We play mostly instrumental hard rock and metal here. Tonight we're playing my 29th album. It is titled Cyclops. And we love G sharp minor here. We kind of think of it like a drug. We are G sharp minor junkies. And it is G sharp minor time. And this song is called What Would You Do? Sometimes, Renee, you just have to give a delayed woo. You know, sometimes you gotta wait and make sure you're fully emotionally prepared for the woo that you're about to give. It's totally understandable. I remember what I was gonna say. The other thing is that in the event that you are watching and not chatting on one of the 6 sites that I actually see in here, then I won't know who's actually present. I don't have a list of viewers in here, so Sarita V! Nice to see you in our chat. Welcome, as always. For those who are curious, I am able to see chat on Twitch, YouTube, DLive, Trovo, VK.com, and Facebook. And then there are 5 other websites that I am unable to see the chat on. All right, thanks for the compliments. I do appreciate it. So, for those who are regular viewers of the Mad Poet and the Mad Poet Society shows, you know that I kind of announce as we're moving toward the end of the stream, this is kind of an interesting album in that respect because we are now just 2 songs away from the end. It's kind of early in the show. But the last song on this album is a little over 15 minutes long. It's a very interesting song from my perspective for the way that I approach the playing of it. It's got some very cool things in it that allow me some musical improvisational exploration. So, you know, we do got a good, reasonable length show tonight, but we are 2 songs away from the end. We're going to slow it down a bit here, getting into some A minor action. Nice light little piece, kind of about 107 beats a minute or thereabouts. And I have totally lost one of the programs that are, there we go, okay. That is very important for me to have that program there. All right, let's see if I feel like I'm missing something all of a sudden. There's nothing unusual about that. I am a total airhead. I'm about as dumb as a mule deer sometimes. And it's fun. So, this song is called A Light in the Distance. Mm. This song feels good. That's a nice exploratory piece there also. This next one, as I said, we're moving out on our last song of the night. For anyone who may, again, just be coming in, I'm the Mad Poet. We are the Mad Poet Society. This is a Mad Poet show. This is what we do on Fridays at noon and 8 Pacific time. Adjust for your own time zone as needed, if you are so inclined. We're playing my 29th album tonight. It's called Cyclops. And this last song of the evening is the title song, Cyclops. We're only one eye away from being Cyclopes ourselves. And yes, that is the correct plural of Cyclops. I like long songs. People who have followed my musical journey, which has been a very long and very fascinating, interesting, fun musical journey, know that I like long songs. If you listen to my 17th, 34th, or 51st albums, you know that I like long songs because those songs are 52 minutes, 25 seconds long. So Cyclops here is not among my longest, but 15 minutes is still a reasonably long piece of music. And it's just a very fun exploration. There's a few tempo changes in it, some accelerandos, actually some decelerandos. No, I'm seeing Rollintendo's retardandos. That's what we have. It's a slowing down of the music. Then we have some tempo changes. We have a key change, but I also find that this is one where in various places on certain chords that are played in here, I just find myself changing keys to match the chords. So it's somewhat of a jazzy approach, though it certainly is not a jazz piece of music. Definitely a rock song. And yeah, just one, as a guitarist, playing improvisational guitar solos, it's one that I can really enjoy the journey of, which is very cool. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the journey as well. With both of your eyes, lucky us, triangulation, depth perception, not Cyclops, but this song is. That is a long song. That is a really fun song for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Looks like we've got a couple more people here in chat. The Kaitores with the Jammin' Cat. And we got Wooden Tank. Awesome username on YouTube. Again, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. That was the last song of the evening. For those who may be just coming in, we just played my 29th album out of a total of 64 albums. And I love doing this. I do this every Friday at noon and 8. Definitely the evening show, I think, was a bit better than the early show today. Though I did have a couple tough spots in this one as well. But as always, I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you very much for the tips. Thank you very much for the new followers. I saw at least one on YouTube. There may have been some others. If I missed you on a tip or a follow or anything, thank you very much for being here. Great show as always. Thank you. Thank you, Renee, for being here. Most awesome daughter in the entire history of humanity. Completely neutral, unbiased opinion, as all parents have. So, for those who are interested, I've had a few comments about the cooking stream I did 2 weeks ago. I'm doing another cooking stream on Wednesday. That will be, I'm making Grandma Jill style chocolate chip cookies. That's Renee's Grandma Jill, for those who are curious. So we're making chocolate chip cookies, and we'll be playing blues slide guitar as well. So that's going to be on Wednesday at 4 o'clock p.m. in the Pacific time zone. Hope you can make it. I've had a great time tonight. Again, thank you so much. Enjoy your night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is you're doing.